Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Sparkle here, and today we're going to be unboxing and reviewing the GAOMON S620 Graphic Drawing Tablet. Quick disclaimer though, even though this product was sent to me for free by the company, all reviews and opinions in this video will be 100% my own. And with that, here's how this video is going to look. So we're going to be starting off by unboxing the tablet and seeing what's inside the box. Then we're going to be experimenting, looking at the features, discussing the pros and cons, prices and all that. I'll be giving you guys my thoughts on the tablet, and as we do that, I'm also going to be working on a finished illustration as well. Alright, so as you can see, the packaging is very minimalistic but so cool, and it just looks really amazing. Now opening up the box, right off the bat, the first thing we get to see is this little instruction kind of card. It has information on how you can download the driver for when you're setting up your tablet afterwards. Alongside that, we have this adorable little compartment on the side with a bunch more amazing things. So the first thing we have is this little stand to put your pen. Then we have this USB cable as well as the pen itself. Don't worry, we'll look more into these afterwards in a bit more detail. And now for the grand reveal, here is the drawing tablet. I was actually pretty surprised by how lightweight it was. The design is just really cool. And we have some more things inside. Again, we'll look more into these afterwards in detail, but this is pretty much how the box is set up, and I just love the way they've structured the box so you can just have a look at everything one by one, step by step, and just kind of enjoy the unboxing process. But yeah, let's put that aside and look at what we get inside the box. So the first thing I want to show you guys is the actual drawing tablet. So here's how the drawing tablet looks, and as you can tell, the design is very ergonomic. It is really lightweight, really slim, and it's just amazing, especially if you want to travel with this as well. And we get 4 express keys just to increase that efficiency, as well as 4 anti-slip rubbers at each corner to make sure that when you're drawing, the tablet doesn't move and stays still. Now the next thing I want to show you guys is the pen that came with the drawing tablet. So what they say on their website is that this pen has 8,192 levels of pressure sensitivity, which means that it will be able to pretty easily mimic the effect of a pencil or paintbrush when you're drawing, but it also depends on the digital drawing platform you're using. And the next thing I want to show you guys is this little stand, not really stand, but like this little kind of encasing that came with the pen, so you can put your pen on top just for safekeeping, I believe. And then we also have this USB connector, so you can connect your device to your drawing tablet for when you begin drawing, but also make sure to check whether your device is compatible with this drawing tablet, because I'm pretty sure only specific devices are. Along with that, the company was kind enough to include some pen nib replacements as well as a little nib clip to help you replace the nibs in case they ever get kind of blunt or something on your pen. And along with that, we do have our information pamphlets as well as quick start guide. Feel free to pause the screen here if you want to have a closer look at what comes in the pack, but otherwise we're moving on. Now before I began drawing, the first thing I wanted to do was just kind of see how the pen worked on the tablet, and I gotta say, it was just such a fun experience. Like, it literally just glided on the tablet, and it just felt really smooth and oddly satisfying as well. And here are some zoom up clips just because I want you guys to get in on that satisfaction too. But that's that, and without any more further ado, let's get into the drawing part. So connecting the drawing tablet to my device was actually a really easy process, and once I did that, I downloaded the app Krita, or like the online software Krita, to help me create this drawing that you see before you. And I just started experimenting, and then I just kind of whipped up this sketch. By the way, I would like to make it very clear that this is my first ever time using a drawing tablet, like ever. The only digital art that I've made in the past has always been on my iPad using either a stylus or my finger or something, so this was a very new experience for me. As you can see, this first sketch is very rusty, but I just kind of wanted to make it so I can get into the hang of using this drawing tablet. And yeah, here is how the drawing tablet pretty much works. It was actually really fun to learn how to use. At first I did have a bit of trouble just because I didn't have any personal experience using a drawing tablet, but once I got into the hang of it, I absolutely loved it. Also, here is how the pressure sensitivity of the pen works. As you can see, when I'm pressing lightly, the lines are very light, versus when I'm pressing really hard, the lines are very dark, and it pretty much feels like I'm drawing on paper with like proper art supplies. And what can I say except for that is really cool. Alright, so here is the final drawing that I'm going to be working on. Here's just the sketch that I made off camera because I wasn't really sure what I was doing. I just kind of started by drawing the eyes, and then it kind of turned into this whole as sketch, and I really loved the concept that I kind of used to create this. But keep watching so you'll find out what I do. So when I did the line art, I was having a little bit of trouble because I couldn't get it like as perfect as I want it to be. Like, sometimes I kind of become like this perfectionist, especially when I'm doing digital art, and when I can't get that perfect stroke or something, it becomes really annoying, and I do tend to press the undo button a lot. But after I did the eyes, everything else felt pretty easy, not gonna lie. And it wasn't like the tablet or anything that was the problem, it was just me personally, because this entire experience was very new for me, and just kind of learning to go with it was a little bit tough at first. But again, once I got the hang of it, it was just all downhill from there. Alright, and with that, let's look into the features of this drawing tablet. So like I previously said, I haven't personally used drawing tablets in the past, so instead of me trying to tell you guys about the features, let me just see what it says on their website. So according to their website, the pen resolution is 5080 LPI, and like I said previously, there are 8192 levels of pressure sensitivity, along with 266 PPS report rate. On the drawing tablet itself, we have 4 programmable express keys, which will ultimately not just help you increase your efficiency, but also help you to access more functions more quickly as well. And on GAOMON's website, it reads that the S620 is compatible with both Mac OS and Windows, supporting various mainstream drawing and designing software. But keep in mind that these are just some of the features of the tablet, but if you'd like to find out more, feel free to head over to their website and just have a look at the tablet. Alright, and with that, we're going to be moving on to the pros and cons. So in my opinion, I would say that a pro is definitely that the tablet is on the more affordable side. So here is the pricing of the tablet in terms of AUD on Amazon.com. And considering that there are other drawing tablets out there that literally cost hundreds of dollars, I think this drawing tablet is definitely a great option for those who are looking for a more affordable alternative. And also, I don't think it really compromises on the features, because this tablet worked amazingly for me and I really didn't have any kind of major concerns about it. Something else I really appreciated was that it barely took up any space on my desk. It was just like really lightweight, and it was really easy to kind of remove and move around, and it wasn't like a hassle or anything. Plus, just because it's lightweight, it just made it more portable and I could use it on multiple devices as well. Along with that, something else that I really appreciated was that setting it up was super duper easy, and pretty much once it was set up, every time I needed to use it, all I had to do was just connect the USB cord to the drawing device and my device, and that was it. That's pretty much all I had to do, and I could just start drawing, which I think is amazing. Another personal bonus for me was just like, it was so satisfying to use the tablet, because just the sounds that the pen made on the tablet was like really fun, and it was just like ASMR the whole time, and that was just super satisfying as well. And this next pro is something that I feel like a lot of artists in specific would understand, or even just students in general. So let me ask you, if you are someone who draws, how many times do you suffer with posture problems? I mean, when you're drawing, it is so hard to maintain a straight posture, like especially when you're using watercolors or something and you can't really make your paper stand up straight, and it is so easy to get constant shoulder pains and back pains and all that. But this drawing tablet was literally a lifesaver, because as you can see me doing the drawing right now, believe it or not, I literally had my dog sitting on me the whole time, and I was using one of my hands to just kind of scratch him on the back, but like my posture was great. I never had to bend down physically and just kind of look at what I'm doing. The whole time I was drawing this, I was just looking at the screen, and I didn't even have to look at the drawing tablet, because I could easily just follow where the drawing pen was on the tablet, and it was just really great the whole time. And even with iPads, right, when I'm drawing with my iPad, it's really hard to maintain a completely vertical posture, because sometimes you will have to press on the iPad and it won't necessarily just stay still even if it's on a stand. But with this, it was again really easy. So if that is something you might be looking for, I would definitely recommend this tablet. And another pro is that it is battery free, which means you can literally just start drawing at any time you want to. And on that note, I think we'll move on to the cons. Now, the first con isn't about the drawing tablet in specific, but it's just in general. So when you're drawing, it is usually much more easier to use a pen display, because you can follow where your hand goes, and it's just more easier to coordinate what you're doing on the screen. But with a drawing tablet, obviously you're not going to be drawing directly on the screen, you are going to be drawing on the tablet instead, which was a little bit difficult, like I said before, to get used to at first. But once you get the hang of it, it is all just really easy from there. But yeah, if you are someone who is looking for an option that allows you to draw directly on your screen or directly on a screen connected to your device, then I would not recommend this pen tablet. But if you're someone who is just looking for an affordable option to make digital art, then yes, go for it. And this next con as well isn't really a con, but it's something that I took a while to realize. So that is pretty much that this device does have a specific working space, which means that I'm pretty sure you can only work up to a certain area. I'm still not completely sure what that means, but here's an example of something I did. So as you can see, the white pen, I'm pretty much just dragging it to the left side of the screen, and at the edge it kind of just breaks off and the pen just directly jumps to the other panel, and you can't really get the space in between. And the only way that I could really try and get the space in between was if if I zoomed out and then just covered that space. And at first I wasn't sure why that was happening, which is why I recorded this scene, but then I did some research and I think it could be potentially because of the working space, because the working space of this tablet and the specific device I was using was different. But in the end, I don't know if I'd really consider this a con, because I mean, you could consider it as a con, but it's really easy to overcome, and all you have to do is just kind of move your screen over a little bit so you can cover that space. But again, it also depends on the device you're going to be using it on, so maybe it might be completely compatible and perfect with the working space of your device. Again, every device is different, and in my opinion, this isn't really a major con. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We've unboxed it, we've gone over the features, we've looked at what's inside, discussed the pros and cons, and I think the last thing for me to do is to give you guys my thoughts on this tablet before we start talking more about this drawing. Alright, so in my personal opinion, I would recommend this tablet to anyone who wants to start doing digital art on their Mac or laptop or desktop or something. Make sure you check the compatibility though before you purchase this product. I would recommend this product because it is more on the affordable side, which means that it's a good investment for when you're starting out with digital art, and I don't really have any cons in specific to name. And again, it's great for artists who want to improve their posture as well, and I just loved it. I think it was amazing, and that's pretty much what I want to say about the tablet. Again, I would like to thank GAOMON for reaching out to me and asking me to try out your products and setting them for free, because this entire experience was heaps of fun for me. Alright, and with that, let's start talking about this drawing. So like I said before, this drawing just started off with a random eye sketch, and then it turned into a face, then turned into a character. And actually, it was inspired by another sketch that I made in my sketchbook recently. And you know how people say that you understand the value of something when you don't have it? That is so true. Like with me, I haven't drawn my sketchbook in ages because school has just been so hectic right now because I have my exams coming up, and that just made me understand how valuable my sketchbook is. So I try my best every single day to get as much homework done as quickly as I can so I can get some sketchbook time. Even then, I'm not getting more than 5 minutes of sketchbook time, but I'm just enjoying every single minute I have, and it's really valuable. But anyways, that drawing I made in my sketchbook was pretty much what inspired this drawing. It's not exactly what I ended up drawing, but it kind of inspired the entire idea for this, or at least the outfit. And once I figured out how the outfit was going to look, I decided that I wanted to give the character a really dreamy expression, and initially I was going to add stars instead of clouds, but then I thought clouds would match the aesthetic a little bit more better, and then I just kind of added background. So that's pretty much the story behind this drawing. It doesn't really symbolize anything in specific, but one thing I did focus on while I was working on this drawing, and especially picking out the base colors, was picking out colors from a different kind of color palette, but kind of making them look aesthetic and cohesive at the same time. That's definitely been one of my major goals this year. So it was like to pick out like more aesthetic colors, and it had been something I was struggling with, but I feel like I'm kind of getting the hang of it because I really like the entire warm, orangey, yellowy, purpley kind of vibe of this drawing. And I also managed to incorporate some purple into the hair without kind of compromising that brown color, so I'm really proud of how that's going. And something else that also went better than I had initially thought it would was how I did the hair, because usually whenever I'm coloring hair digitally, it always ends up looking so rough and messy. But with this hairstyle, I tried to keep it really simplistic, and I tried to make it look really flowy, and I think I pretty much achieved that look in the end. It was also just super satisfying to draw in those messy strands without worrying about them being neat or anything, and it was just super therapeutic as well. Also, I just have a question for you guys, but has anyone found that making digital art typically takes them longer than making traditional art, like just a finished illustration traditionally? I don't know, maybe it's just a me thing, or maybe it's just something that generally happens to a lot of people, but like whenever I'm making a digital drawing, I end up spending hours and hours on it because I want it to look perfect in the end. And I don't know why, but if I were making the exact same drawing but traditionally using either markers or paints or pencils, it would probably not take me any more than 2 hours compared to, like, for example, this drawing, which I think took me like 5 hours minimum. I don't know. Let me know if this is something that you guys have found happening to you as well, or if it's just something that happens to me. Also, it has just come to my realization that tomorrow is Halloween and October is going to be over in 2 days, but I have not done Inktober at all. Like, ever since I found out that Inktober was a thing, I've always made at least 1 or 2 drawings in the month around Inktober, but like I haven't made any Inktober drawings this entire month, and I still cannot believe that. But I guess I'll just catch up on it when my holidays start. I mean, that's fine, right? You don't have to do Inktober during Inktober. But yeah, I don't know. I love drawing challenges like Mermaid and Inktober, but sometimes it's just really hard to keep up because of school and other commitments that happen at the same time. But I'm going to try and catch up on these things afterwards if I remember. Anyways, once I was done with the drawing, I decided to add a little bit of a white glow around the character just to help her kind of contrast from the background and stand out. Then I tried to add some texture to the clouds, but I wasn't really sure how to go about that. In the end, I kind of just added white to the middle and blended it out. I feel like I could have just not done that, but it just kind of adds more detail, so why not? And the last thing I did before adding the highlights was add some shadows to the eye just to add that sense of depth. And then right after that, we went ahead and added in the highlights, which was my favorite part. Like, I don't know why, but it's just so satisfying, like after all that hard work, just to go in with the highlights and just enjoy those final moments before finishing up the drawing. By the way, if you guys would like to check out more of GAOMON's products, more of their drawing products, then I will have some links in the description as well for different countries. So yeah, you can check out those links. And now it's time for some final touches, and here's what was happening behind the scenes that you guys couldn't see before, just me enjoying the process and drawing. But yeah, here is the finished illustration, and even though I don't want to admit it, I actually forgot to sign this piece and I recorded all the final clips and everything, but then I went back and signed it. So here are the final clips, round 2. Thank you so much again to GAOMON for sending me your products to try out on my channel. I had a great time using them and I will definitely be using them again. Also, thank you guys so much for making it this far into the video. Let me know what you guys think about this drawing in the comments below. Other than that, have a fabulous day, stay awesome as always, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, Magical Sparks!